Hey everybody, it's the Hey Poopy Podcast. What that booty do from poop to pleasure to health, hosted by me, Dave.
And me, Ellen, two curious people removing the stigma from your stinker. And why are we doing this? Because we love laughing and learning about butts and helping them to be the best they can be. And on this week's episode, we have Lucy Sunflower, which if you heard Dave and I on the SDR podcast like about 2 years ago, Lucy and I had kind of a flirt off. And then I found out some more information about her that I was like, ooh, she's got to come on the show.
Yeah, Lucy was very forthcoming about her sort of like, not even side hustle, but her career as a adult performer. And she dances in the dark arts of poop with a great site called Scatbook. And you'll hear awesome clips like this.
Someone's offering you an opportunity to make a lot of money right now, and you got to think quick. So I did it. I said, pay me this much, Cash App it. He did. And I was just like, okay, now I got to wait to poop. Like, and then I was like, how do I do this? How do I produce this? Like, is there a way to position my camera? What if I get shit on my phone? Like, what if my phone falls in the toilet? Which has happened before. All of that has happened before. Oh. My phone has fallen into the toilet. My phone has gotten crap on it, piss on it. Like,
do you have a cover for it to keep it safe?
Or a plastic bag.
Yeah.
No, I'm really really a DIY girl. I'm just like, let me just really quickly do this. You work with what you have. One of the things I learned about doing porn, especially independent stuff, is you work with what you have.
Yes, so clearly you do not want to miss this because you're going to hear some stuff that probably you don't even think about, never even could imagine.
Exactly. And if you want to know more about Dave and I, go over to heypoopypodcast.com for our merch, photos of Dave and I, Patreon, cartoons, and so much more.
Yes, do that. You won't be disappointed. And on to the shit show.
Hey, Poopy, how you doing? Hey, Poopy, how you doing?
I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey, Poopy, how you doing? Hey, Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show.
Hey everybody, it's the Hey Poopy Podcast with
Dave
and Ellen, and this is episode 206, but it'll always be number 2 to us, our favorite number, and we have a very special guest today. We have Lucy Sunflower, who we know because we were on another podcast with her almost 2 years ago. But then we discovered something amazing about her and had to bring her on the show. So, hi, Lucy.
Hi, Ellen. Hi, Dave.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course.
Always. And Lucy, before we go into who you are and what you do, we'd like to know, how have you been pooping recently?
I actually pooped like an hour before the show.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That was like it was a really good one. So,
that's a good one.
Solid.
On the Bristol stool chart, was it like long sausage-like? Was it little?
It was
pieces?
Pretty long. It was long and consistent.
Oh,
shit.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think because I ate like vermicelli last night, so and it was like a really healthy dish. Like they had like veggies in it, and meat. So I think it was just all just tied it together.
Right.
all the
Just
fiber.
Pushed it all out.
Oh, and I had an apple earlier too, and last night.
Apples are good.
Apples.
I always say an apple a day keeps the poopy saying, hey.
Yeah, apples are good. They're tasty.
And Dave, how have you been pooping?
Okay, yesterday was a lot of activity. I feel like I was shitting all over the place, but I had some spicy. I made some of these ramen noodles, and I just do this thing where I like add a little specialty to it to make them a little better. But the one thing I got was like it was a little spicy, but not super crazy. But I think it just really just ripped through my stomach. So
and you ate
like
that yesterday or the day before yesterday?
Day before yesterday. So what today is?
That's
today is
fire.
Tuesday. So I ate that on Saturday afternoon, and then it wasn't like anything dire, like emergency wise, but it was just like when I went to the bathroom, it was like insane, like just like loose, like just when you have those shits, you have to I got to go right now, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of that during the day. But when I finally stopped, I feel like today, which is nice. So I had a nice big 4, which is great. And yeah, pretty solid. Like about a couple hours before the show started today. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
I, over the weekend, had a house guest and one toilet, and she kept being like, do you need to use the bathroom? And I was like, yeah, maybe later. She's like, no, like, do you want to brush your teeth now? Because I'm going to go blow it up.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, thank you for being considerate. Yes, let me brush my teeth now or grab whatever I need out of the bathroom so you can spend some quality time in there. And the first day I was with her, I couldn't poop at all. And I was like, well, if I don't poop tomorrow, I'm going to have a suppository. But we did mushrooms that night and everything came out wonderfully the next day. Magic mushrooms seem to really get everything moving. And
Yeah.
then since then, I've been pooping a lot yesterday and today. Today, I probably went like at least 3 times, but I also got my period. So, you know, the period poops, they're real.
I'm on my moon as well.
Yep.
Yep.
It's that prostaglandins. They help shed the lining of your intestines and your uterus. So, and since they live so close to each other, that hormone is a real thing. So the period shits are real.
Oh my God. I hate when like I get a cramp and I gotta poop and like I'm bloated from the gas and the
Yeah.
period. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
You don't know which end it's coming from. You're just like,
Right.
what's going
And then there's
on?
so much pressure in that area already. It's like, what's happening? Am I gonna die?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I thought I had a fart on deck for about 12 hours. And I was like, what's going on? And then I like looked at the calendar and I was like, oh, I'm ovulating. Yep, that's what's happening.
Oh, it sucks. That sounds like a nightmare.
It is.
I mean, oh God, I feel for you. I have no idea
and then
what that's like.
And then when like you wipe your ass, like there's blood there too. It's like it's a little bit like oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot. You're like, oh
Everything
shit.
is so close.
Jesus.
I know when I had a fissure a couple months ago from my colonoscopy, the doctor was like, well, is there blood down there? And I was like, well, I have my period. So yes, I don't know where the blood's coming from. It could be coming from my asshole. It could be coming from my vagina. I don't know.
Everywhere.
They're so close to one another.
It's just everywhere. Oh my God. Oof.
How was your colonoscopy though?
They found one teeny tiny baby polyps, removed it, and then I have to go back in 5 years. So I'm good. I'm glad I got it done.
Yeah, it's important. So whenever you look pretty young still. So whenever you of that age, I suggest highly,
45.
just go and get that done. It's easy, pretty simple to do, and like get some information.
Yep. To all the listeners, 45 and over, get a colonoscopy.
Yes, do it. But yeah, we're all checked in now, and
Yes.
we get our audience gets to now hear, or at least know, what Lucy Sunflower does.
Yes, Lucy, tell us a little bit about yourself, about what you do besides your poo, even though I think you do some stuff with your poo.
Yes, I do. So I do porn.
Yes.
Mostly independent porn.
Uh-huh.
I've been in some amateur productions and some mainstream productions, but I mostly shoot my own porn. And some of the porn that I shoot is a little bit more of the extreme kind, that being scat porn. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes. We were told by a mutual friend that you did that, and there's a website in Europe called Scatbook, and I've been trying for maybe probably a year or more trying to get somebody from Scatbook on.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It seemed like a lot of the owner wanted to come on, but his English was really bad. And he's like, it's not great for podcasting.
Yeah.
And then I just recently went to message him DM on what used to be Twitter. And I see that Scatbook's not even on Twitter anymore. So Scatbook's
really?
too hardcore for Twitter.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
They can't let us live.
No.
No. Well, we got the second best thing. Someone who's actually on the app. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know, who would have known?
Yeah, right?
How did you find Scatbook? How did you start producing content for them?
So I had already sold a couple of like just independent videos of my poop content, and some other girl who also does poop content, she was telling me about Scatbook. and how great it was, and how like they let you post things that OnlyFans doesn't let you post and other platforms don't. Like you can't post this stuff anywhere, and they're European owned, so they have different rules about what you can show there. And so yeah, I started posting like my old clips and like just shooting new poop stuff and putting the porn on there that was flagged for whatever reason. Like you can't show period blood either.
Yep.
On OnlyFans, you can't show like puke. So that stuff is also that's also allowed on Scapbook. So anything that's just like extreme fisting, like gaping, like prolapse, just to name a few things that are not allowed on a lot of mainstream platforms like OnlyFans, that's allowed on there. So I don't do any of that stuff. Maybe like I showed myself like drinking pee a few times, but like that's about it.
Sure.
I'm also like, I think I'm banned also from the industry because I do this kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like when I first started doing the Scapwood stuff, like a lot of mainstream girls, not gonna name them, a lot of mainstream girls were like calling me, like were saying things that like I eat shit.
What?
Which is not true. I've never eaten it in my life. I've thought about it many times because of how much money you can.
Right. So the dollar signs.
Yeah, that's the only reason I do this kind of porn to begin with. People think that like there is an interest in poop. I'm very comfortable with poop. I can talk about it. I'm like whatever about it. So I think that makes it easier for me to shoot it and to promote it and want to be paid for it. And I know a lot of people, it makes them very uncomfortable, like even shitting or even saying the word shit.
Yeah.
Or even they're not comfortable in their own body. So when I first started doing this,
do you also have toilet sub?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not
interviewed a bunch of doms that have toilet subs.
I'm not that deep into it because I'm not like really dommy. I'm super subby. Like I would be the toilet sub. Like, I'm like trying to I wish I was more dommy so I can just do that. But I'm sure one day I'd probably venture into it.
Yeah. Wait, when you first started doing porn, how long did it take for you to start getting right into like shitting stuff, or was it just like right out the gate?
I was already doing this before porn. That's
the
thing. Like when I had my private Snapchat, there were these guys that would hit me up on Snapchat, and they're like, "How much for like a video of like a POV video of you like on the toilet taking a dump?" And I'm like, "Excuse me, what? How dare you?" But then in my head, I was like, dollar signs. Hello, bitch, make money. Money. This is someone's offering you an opportunity to make a lot of money right now, and you got to think quick. So I did it. I said, pay me this much, Cash App it. He did. And I was just like, okay, now I got to wait to poop. Like, and then I was like, how do I do this? How do I produce this? Like, is there a way to position my camera? What if I get shit on my phone? Like, what if my phone falls in the toilet? Which has happened before. All of that has happened before.
Oh.
My phone has fallen into the toilet. My phone has gotten crap on it, piss on it. Like,
do you have a cover for it to keep it safe?
A plastic bag.
Yeah.
No, I'm really really a DIY girl. I'm just like, let me just really quickly do this.
Keeping it low budge, right?
I mean, you work with what you have. One of the things I learned about doing porn, especially independent stuff, is you work with what you have.
Yeah.
You don't have to invest a lot of money and materials and things. It's great if you can, but if you don't have that, don't stress. Just work with what you got. So I'm like, I got a phone. I have a tripod, but the tripod don't get in that cool POV angle.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that good old POV like toilet angle, which is like really niche, which is what my fans really like on there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so are you still posting on Snapchat?
I haven't had a Snapchat in a very long time, actually. Like at that,
I was wondering if like they banned you or anything.
I don't remember them banning me. It was more of just like after I transitioned to my Twitter account in 2019, and Tumblr was demised. You weren't able to post adult content on Tumblr. I felt like my Snapchat was just so dead that I was just like, I'm going to make an OnlyFans, I'm going to make a Twitter, and I'm just going to build a whole new base and try to get everybody from my Tumblr and Snapchat to these platforms, which is what I did. I don't know if I salvaged the guy. Don't know what happened to the guy who originally bought my poop porn, but shout out to him. I don't remember his name.
He started you down this road.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was like, I was just like, because I never thought about doing it until they gave me the idea. And I had no idea about Scapbook until someone told me about it. And it's actually pretty popular with a lot of girls who create content. They don't really, some girls don't promote it. They're kind of like, like they do it. And there's also...
Do you think they're not doing it because of the same reason you said that you were banned? Like...
I think that you can get a bad reputation. It's not even that I was banned. I think that I had acquired a really bad reputation. Whatever that reputation was, I still don't understand. You know, people were trying to explain it to me that why I wasn't booking or why I wasn't able to, you know, sign with an agency or why I wasn't able to work with certain people or why certain people on social media stopped following me or blocked me. It was because of who I was associating with, like the girl who told me about Scapbook, the girls who did extreme content or who wanted to publish this kind of thing or who did hardcore porn, you know, because I associated myself with girls who, you know, don't kink shame. I was being kink shamed. So in the industry, I got kink shamed, unfortunately. And I probably still am, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. You're laughing all the way to the bank.
Exactly. I'm just here like, well, I'm just going to continue doing my content and I don't care who it angers because I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I guess it's weird that you would think people that if you're in porn, you're still acting. So it's even though you're not like, if you're not doing like shit stuff, you could at the very least be like, okay, well, whatever scene we're doing, like I'm a professional. It's not like I don't have to, you know, I'm not going to shit on you in this scene. It's not my whole thing.
I also think that's what people probably have thought as well. That like I want to like shit on them or like eat their shit. I don't know. People don't really communicate. People don't use their words. And honestly, like I haven't really been collaborating a lot. Like I've slowed down a lot with collaborating just because I'm pickier now than ever with who I want my brand to be with their brand. And I don't want to be associated with people who kink shame. I don't want to be associated with people who just don't respect themselves and clearly don't respect me.
Yeah.
People that I fuck with and respect, you know. So, you know, right now I'm just trying to find my way. Like I'm this girl who does all this stuff and just like, where do I land in the industry? Like, where is my place? So it's just like really, really trying to find my footing. It's like, all right, I already infiltrated. I'm here. I did some mainstream. I do my own thing, do OnlyFans. I do all this stuff. Like, but where am I really? Where is this going to take me? What's the next step? You know?
No, it's cool though. You're truly independent and you kind of make your own way and it seems to be working. So that's great.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Like, I would love to collaborate with more scat people, like who do scat and like who do poop content. But I don't know where they are.
Or, I mean, would you ever go to Europe for that? I know because we had a performer on, Avery Jane, who does like hardcore anal scenes in Europe where they like piss in the butt.
My good friend.
Ah, I love her.
I didn't know you guys had an interview. That's cute.
Yeah. Not too long ago.
She was great.
Yeah, she's good. Really good interview.
I love Avery. That's my best
you should ask her.
Yeah. We'll see. I always feel like kind of weird asking people like to hook it up. Like, you know, I want to be like professional, be like, how much would it be to like for you to give me your contacts? Like, you know, like I want to be able to like give people.
I mean, you
like,
could just ask her how'd she get into European porn, you know?
That's true. I feel like they asked, like I feel like when she was signed, how it happened, like she was signed and they asked her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like it was like they wanted her, like they requested her. I think that's how it worked.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can just contact them. I feel like there's a way to contact these companies.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know how. Because sometimes I'll DM certain companies. I'll be like, hi.
Yeah.
I want to fuck, I want to fuck for your company. I want to suck dick on camera for you guys. Like, sometimes they'll respond. Sometimes they don't. Or sometimes people have their email address that will like give it to you, be like, here's their email address. Sometimes people are like, how did you get this contact? I'm like, does that matter?
Yeah.
We're having a conversation.
Respectful.
Yeah.
Gotta be respectful of people and how you acquire their contact information for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it'll happen.
That's a really good idea. Because I'm not really interested so much in like, like the companies that do like all this anal porn and all this stuff. I'm more interested in like the scat aspect, like the really gross stuff that they do. Like that's what I'm mostly interested in. But the thing is, like, I don't know if like I can handle all of that.
Yeah.
That's really extreme what they do out there.
Oh yeah,
completely.
I can imagine.
They're covering themselves on it, like with it and putting it. I don't think I could do that.
You're gonna have to level up.
Yeah.
I know.
So what kind of content are you making for Scatbook? Just pooping?
Yeah, I'm just showing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it's
just
nothing
showing-
when they still had a Twitter and we were following them, I saw their Twitter once and I was like, oop, I don't need to see that again. Where a girl was actually pooping and a guy was putting his penis in her butthole while she was pooping. So they were
That's
having
amazing.
anal sex. And I have no idea how any of that works. And from what I understand with all porn in the United States, you want to clean out and have the opposite of that
Yes.
happening. So, but I was like, ooh, that's intense. So like, I was just curious. So you're just pooping on camera and sending videos.
Yeah, it's not that exciting. I wish it was more exciting, but it's really not.
Hey, that's way more exciting than what Dave and I are willing to do.
Yeah, it's crazy that like you're getting like 86 out of the porn industry because of that. I thought it was like you were like covered in it and all that shit, but even that's like fine.
That's the thing. People have this perception. Yeah. They have this perception. They whatever narrative was told or is in their minds that whatever I did, I don't even know if it's still even relevant. And it's because of this rumor that ran around that I was going to be in a scat orgy. That's what started this.
Wow.
This whole thing, like there was a scat orgy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And were you offered a scat orgy?
Yeah. The thing is, it wasn't really a scat orgy. It was being called that for whatever reason. And it wasn't a scat orgy. I think maybe like 2 or 3 girls pooped and like smeared it on themselves and like touched it. No one else did it. It was mostly just puke and just doing gross, like spitting, like slapping, like, like penetration, things like that.
Is it like a girl orgy or?
It was like a lot of girls. There was like 10 girls there.
Shit.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it was being advertised and like talked about like it was a scat orgy. And that's what started this whole thing. Like a bunch of girls were like blacklisted and were part of this orgy thing. That was not it. And there was nothing I could do about it.
It's probably because it was the funny thing about poo porn these days is that there is a huge demand for it.
Yeah.
Huge. Like what I'm learning with like every single performer I know is being asked to do that. If they say yes or no is the question, but every single, like that's all guys seem to want to see these days. So if you're providing the content and making money from it and paying your bills, who the fuck cares?
There's people who still care. Like I think that if there was this whole thing, I was being trolled on, what was previously known as Twitter. I was trolled. There was posts. There's sometimes a bunch of quacks in the industry who will bring it up, like, oh, remember that poop orgy, or wonder what the poop girls are up to. Honestly, it was great PR.
Yeah.
It was wonderful PR.
Yeah.
I got a ton of followers. My Scatbook took off. Like I make money consistently. Like
nice.
I'm just here in New York minding my own business. If I don't associate with anyone out in LA and Vegas or anyone within the mainstream industry. I have a few friends in the industry who are very dear to me. Of course, I still associate with them, and there are a few producers who I do associate with. But I just never really know, and one never really knows their place in the industry, because one day someone can say you're relevant, and then they'll try to cancel you the next for something that is clearly not even an issue at all. Like, I'm not hurting anyone. I don't kink shame. I don't care what people are doing to make their money, as long as they're not hurting themselves or other people. Get your bag, like whatever. I don't get caught up in what people are doing. Like, I really don't care.
Yeah.
I don't even have Twitter installed in my phone. Like, I just use the computer website, and I don't even look at it. I have no interest in what people are gossiping about or anything. You know, I have my Twitter linked to my scapbook, so whenever I have a scapbook update, it links to my Twitter, and then my fans can see a little, like, 3-second, really shitty, like, video
Little preview
of, like, what I'm about to do, which is the same thing I always do, but my fans love it, and that's all I care about.
Is that pun intended? A little shitty?
Yes. Totally. I don't think I meant it, but yes, that's how I talk.
Yeah, it is wild though. A community that is like on the fringe of whatever, quote unquote, fringe of society is shaming you for doing something that they consider fringy. You know, you would think it'd be the opposite. It's like, okay, like I'm not into it, but hey, all's welcome.
Yeah, that's just the thing. You know, a lot of people, there's like a hierarchy. Not hierarchy, there's like levels, I guess, of porn. You know, the mainstream people are always on top, right? Because they're the mainstream girls. You know, the vixen media, or like the you know, those girls. Yeah. I am not shitting on them. I'm not saying anything bad about them. Go get your vixen money. Go get your money. But those girls are considered, if anyone ever found out they were selling their shit, they would lose their contract. Wow. They would be ostracized. Probably.
Yeah. No, maybe. Imagine totally.
Maybe. I'm saying that as a maybe, because maybe it could change. Maybe it will take one of them to lead people to say, like, oh my God, no, this is niche. They should be doing this. They should do this, but I don't think so.
I mean, we learned about Scatbook through Brittany Andrews, who's been in the industry for like almost 30 years. And she told us about it because she was like, I have to have my colonoscopy. I might as well record it and make some money off of it. Yeah. And we were like, yeah, like, why throw that away? And Brittany Andrews is like, she's done it all. She's worked for kink.com and she's directing in scenes, like everything. So, I mean, I just feel like I agree with you. Like, besides yucking anybody's yum and making money and paying your bills, who cares? But like, maybe there's just some kind of jealousy on it, or maybe. And like, I'm supposed to shoot this trans performer sometime soon, and I was asking models because I wanted to do a girl shoot with them, and some models in the nicest way were like, no, I wouldn't be interested in shooting with trans, and another one was like, oh my God, yeah, I've been wanting to do a trans scene. And I feel like even that was like a couple years ago, like very taboo. Like, you didn't do scenes with trans performers, because if you did, all of a sudden you're known as somebody who only works with trans. So yeah, it's like, it's a weird area to get into.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, we haven't gotten there with scat and, like, you know, like urine. I mean, I feel like urine is way more acceptable, actually.
Well, yeah, because it's squirting.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, like, pissing in someone's mouth is maybe that's just like whatever.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's like nothing compared to shit. They're like, that's easy. Like,
that's nothing.
You know?
Yeah, like poop hasn't gotten there yet, but we'll see what happens, honestly. But I just, you know, I don't like when people yuck my yums. It never feels good. Yeah. But I just ignore it. Like I said, like I've taken measures to just ignore it. It's you know, that whole scat orgy thing, that was 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, like around this time, that's when we shot it. And the scene is available on my scapbook. So if anyone wants to, I can show you the legendary scat orgy that everyone was talking about years ago, and they're probably still talking about.
And they'll watch it from your recommendation and be like, wait, this isn't a scat orgy. This only, you know, like,
it's got one part in it. It's got some shit. Yeah. That's it.
I think I did poop on camera, but I don't remember doing anything with it. Like, just to spoil, like, what I did. Yeah, I was more like puking and like doing just assisting with like it was just a just a nasty just nasty things happening, fluids, puke, mostly puke.
In the work you do you mix it up with, like, do you do other like things in scapbook, like where you Like I said, you just do
Yeah,
puking,
like,
you do
I've-
pissing, like that kind of stuff, or is it just
Yeah, like
strictly-
I've shown like I've smeared it on me before, like a couple of times. Like I've smeared it on my butt, or like I'll shit on the floor.
nice?
So you've smeared poo on you or puke? Poo.
Poop.
Okay.
I've smeared it on myself a couple of times, and it wasn't that bad because I was right next to the shower,
Yeah.
and I was just like, let me just take it off, like wash myself a few times, and I won't stink. It's the same thing
Yeah.
if I get poop on me anyway. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
And have you
I've
done
shown
a scene with anybody else?
No, I haven't found anyone comfortable enough to do that stuff with. I've shot a few things with one performer, Caitlin Katsaros. She was the one who told me about Scapbook, and she does a lot of poop content as well. I've done a few things with her, like, so those videos are also on there, and like, honestly, like a few other things that are not allowed on OnlyFans that I posted on there.
Yeah.
Like I said before, like ball busting. Like that's really hard to like post anywhere.
Ball busting.
Or like,
And
certain, like
do you have somebody you ball bust? Do you have
Yeah.
a partner that you could do that with? Yeah.
yeah, like I found someone in Cali. Like a lot of the people I shoot with are out in California and Vegas. I don't travel too often, so it's been really hard to like, do my thing and do content out there. I haven't found like a good base of people here in New York that are willing to do that kind of content or shoot that kind of thing.
We had an awesome guest named John Mark Owens. I mean, he's a gay man, so he's not a performer. He just loves the stuff in his personal life. But this motherfucker, he loves it where it's covered like head to toe. He's like inserting it, eating it. Whoop. Sorry, that's my bubble gut sound effect. He's pretty hardcore, and he loves it. I think he moved to L.A. or San Francisco. I think he's like a nurse now or something like that. But that would have been the guy you could have talked to, at least to get some like maybe pointers, tips.
So when you post video, I'm assuming you also have an OnlyFans. Do you have guys on your OnlyFans requesting stuff and then you're like, go over to my Scapbook?
Oh my God, it's so frustrating because you can't do that on OnlyFans. Like you can't cross promote.
Yeah.
I've gotten in so much trouble for doing that. So
You can't even point them out to your Twitter?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. I tell them go to Twitter and figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell them go on Twitter and look for it. I have to be really careful with how I word things on OnlyFans because they're literally flagging. They flag emojis.
Really?
They flag everything. Like you got to be so discreet on there.
So you couldn't even put like a little brown color and then a book emoji.
I'm telling you. I'm
Damn,
telling you, it's
that's
gotten
crazy.
bad. Yes, they're onto me. They got their eye on me.
Damn,
Yes.
that's wild.
They have flagged videos of me from like 3 years ago that I don't even remember. Like I can't even unsend it. And
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
still flagging things. Like they're vicious. But it's okay because honestly, if you follow their rules, every platform has rules.
Right.
They do have rules. Their rules change a lot, and you just gotta abide by their rules. But honestly, if by now people should know that you can't go on OnlyFans asking for that kind of content. You should know that by now.
Yeah,
you should
yeah.
know you should only go there to get like the basics of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, where's the shit?
Yeah,
Where's the shit videos? What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, we had Joanna Angel on and I forgot what word that her fan asked, but in so many words they were asking for shit stuff, but they had to do it in a really stealthy way on OnlyFans, and she had to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, like. And so yeah, it seems like the fans on there also have to be very careful about what they're requesting.
Yeah, they do. I've seen it. I've seen all the creative ways they ask. They ask for different things, puke content or like very abusive, like hardcore content or like CNC, things like that.
CNC.
Huh?
What's CNC?
Consensual, non-consensual.
Ah.
Yeah.
Shit. Maybe you could call it
Yeah.
dark matter. It's like, I'm looking for dark matter content. They're like, oh, that sounds like sci-fi.
Right? CNC, it's like, what's that? I like CNC. Like, people will be like, oh my God, how could you do that? I'm just like, because it's like pretend. It's like, it's not real. Like, people are like, I'm like, it's not for real. It's like we're exploring a mythical place that's safe, that we can
fantasy.
Explore. Yeah, it's not real, and you can and you do you know how many people want control in their sex life, want control, and they want to explore things in a safe place, in a safe way. You know, I'm really lucky I could just do that here and can exercise that and find people to do that with. Not a lot of people can.
Yeah.
And I wish that for people, that they can explore their kinks and be more accepting of others, if people, you know, and that's really what I wish for. And I wish that, and I hope that Scapbook really takes off, that like more people who are more well known, who have more clout, really use it and like show like people like this is regular, you know, and it's high in demand. People know it's high in demand.
Yeah.
If all the girls who don't do this check their DMs right now, check all their hidden messages, they'll find that most of them are asking for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's what the kids are doing.
You can say no, but a lot of people are going to say yes because it's the money. Like, you're in sex work, not for the sex. You're in it for the work. Like, you know.
Some people both too, but I mean, you know what? I feel like if Scapbook changed the name to something else, because like at a certain point you could be like formerly known as da 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 da.
So it is actually referred to as dark fans. So if you type in dark fans,
oh, there you go.
Oh,
Scapbook comes up.
Yeah, because I feel like it's almost like the optics seem to be the issue. So if it's changing the name, possibly, I mean, it's not going to solve all your problems, but at least you could be like, oh, go to dark fans. People are like, oh, what's that? Like, you know, holy shit.
Oh yeah, like go to DF.
Yeah, DF.
SB.
Dark matter. You gotta go with dark matter. I'm gonna release my own. Actually, I wouldn't do that. Throw up and I'm not yucking about. That's a hardcore for me. Like the shitting stuff. Like when it's on like all over the place. That's a level. I mean, props to whoever is into it. Cool, but that is.
I think the coolest thing I ever did was like piss in a girl's butthole while she like, and then she shit it all out. Like her, like shit came out, puke came out, my piss.
Oh wow!
Her.
Where'd the puke? How'd the puke get in her butthole?
Oh, I puked in there first.
Okay.
And then she didn't clean her butthole out, so she was ready to take a shit. So then like I took a piss in it, like it was gaping. So I took a piss in it, and then like as the piss was like filling her up, like it was just gushing out. Everything was coming out, and like then she took a shit and like squirted everything out. And
that is unbelievable, man.
That is unbelievable. Wow. That's like the kitchen sinks in there.
Yeah, how'd she keep her butthole gaped open? Did she have like one of those plugs?
There's like a plug that you use to like that. Yeah, you put up you basically put a plug and it's like hollow, so you see right through. Hello.
Yeah, Avery was telling about that. She always keeps one of those on her. I sent her a picture of a guy wearing a T-shirt that said, like, I want to piss in your butthole. And she was like, oh, that's my that would be my favorite first date ever.
Oh, God. I got a friend she does kind of hardcore stuff. And she kept calling her piggy hole, which is that same thing, like a rubber thing that just goes in your ass.
Let me pee in that butt.
Dave.
Oh, I saw the thing you put. Yeah, for those, Ellen's showing a picture to Lucy of a guy wearing a shirt. Let me pee in that butt. So
I sent it to Avery, and she goes, "My dream first night stand fine."
I love Avery. I miss her so much. I can't wait to see her in LA.
She's the best.
She is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her so much.
And all the work you do.
She's like such an anal inspiration. Because I love anal, and like I hope one day to be able to take that many dicks in my butthole.
Yeah, she's like a master. 10,000 hours, as they say. Wait, in your travels, do you like not travels, but in your work, do you go to like different? Excuse me. Do you go to different conferences like the Exotica stuff or like AVN stuff, or are you just kind of keep
So
it?
I am going to I am going to the Exotica here in New Jersey,
Oh, cool.
but I don't really go to. I think I'll go to AVN maybe next year. Like I keep missing AVN. Like something's always happening in my life where I miss
Right.
AVN. So I'm just like not. I'm just gonna just put it out of sight, out of mind. That maybe I'll go next year.
Yeah, I'm always curious how that stuff works. Like you're on tour with your brand and picking up. Do you find like an uptick in fans or like people that want to collaborate, or when you're at those things, or it's just kind of like you're just there to do FaceTime kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's just honestly, I feel like when I go to these events, or at least the Exoticas, it's just to network.
Yeah.
And to like touch base with people who I probably have been DMing, and just to make that contact.
Right.
Honestly, for me, it's just been more networking and taking just the taking content, like the photos,
Yeah.
taking photos with everyone, tagging them, taking pictures with the fans.
Nice.
And like that's honestly what's been like more that's really what I do there. I don't really go there looking to like make content right then and there.
Gotcha.
Everyone's so busy. Everyone's busy. Everyone's doing their booths. People are partying and not being responsible. So
wow.
I just tell them like, hey, like I'll catch you when I'm in Tampa. I'll catch you when I'm traveling, or like when you're back in New York, you let me know when you're ready.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't go to any of the conventions only because I'm like, everybody else is so busy working there, like I don't want to interrupt their job. So yeah, I'm one of the hoes that's just like on the floor. I'm like, hi everyone, remember me, I'm Lucy, and they're like, where's your booth? I'm like, I don't think I could handle sitting at a booth and standing there the whole day. Like I have to work. Let me rephrase that, I'll do it if I was being sponsored, because
right.
They get paid for that. I want to be paid. I should be paid. If I'm going to do a booth, I should be getting paid.
Completely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Can we ask you some of our regular questions?
Of course, I'd love to.
What kind of toilet paper do you use, and do you put it on the roll over or under?
So I use like the really cheap brands that I can find at like Dollar Tree, or like sometimes I steal like hotel toilet paper.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not mad at that.
The free roll. Whatever.
Yeah. They're gonna replace it anyway.
Brands they are. So it's like whatever cheap brand I can get my hands on, or like when I'm feeling extra bougie, I'll get the Angel Soft.
Oh, yeah.
With the little angel baby on it. Yeah, that's nice and soft.
And how do you put it on the roll?
So here in my apartment, we don't have a roll.
Oh.
We just have it free loose.
Oh.
So yeah, we don't.
You're an anarchist. We get it.
Yes.
You're the second person in a week. This is the last interview we did. They said the same thing. It's gotta keep it in the back of the toilet.
Tank.
Yeah.
So we just put it on the tank.
Yeah.
Behind you.
Hey,
I
at
always
least
say,
it's there.
yeah, it's there. You got something in the bathroom you can wipe your ass with. That's the most important.
Yes, it's there.
Yeah.
Hilarious. And then what products do you use to help you to poop? Do you have sprays, matches, a stool, bidet, supplements? Especially if you're like prepping to film. Is there a certain thing that you do to help you to poop?
Yeah, I eat a lot of fiber. So like apples, a lot of like starchy, fibery things, like breads, like nuts, like a lot of apples and fruit, a lot of things like that. I try not to eat anything too messy, like no veggies, absolutely no veggies, because that makes you gives you the runs because of like the stomach. Like I take a lot of like Imodium before, like so I'm not like having diarrhea, lots of liquids, especially for like anal scenes. But like to help me poop, I'm really regular. I never had problems pooping. I'm really fortunate. Like I as long as I pay attention to what I'm eating, then I know like when I'm having a bad poop day, it's like I didn't eat all day.
Yeah.
Or coffee. Coffee is the biggest thing that helps me poop. I'm like one sip of coffee, I'm running. Yeah. Running to the bathroom.
Yeah, that seems to be a pretty much standard for a lot of people, the coffee.
Yeah.
Does it get to a point where if you poop and you're not filming it, do you feel like you're just flushing money down the toilet?
Yeah, like earlier, I was like not prepared. My phone was dead, and I was like, "Damn, this is like a really good poop, and like it's nice and it's nice and long, and there's blood everywhere." I'm like, "Damn it!"
You're like,
Of
missed
course.
opportunity.
Yeah, that happens. Or sometimes it's like not. Or sometimes I'm like, I don't like this. Like, or sometimes the poop is like not satisfying for me. I'm like, I don't like how it looks.
Yeah.
This is not aesthetically pleasing, or it's so vile that I'm just like, I don't think I should show like my sick poops. Like one time I was really sick, and I was just like, it's just water coming out of my asshole. So I'm like, should I show the water coming out? Like, this is sick poop.
You should just save it. Someone will probably be into it. You're like, I have that
did.
actually.
I have a variety. I have watery poops. I have
Nice.
sick poops. I call them sick poops. I have like mushy poop. I have the ones that come out really long, and like then they come out fucked up at the end, fucked up and runny. It's like you were doing good, and then something happened.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's like you ate one good meal followed by one bad meal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And do you sit or stand to wipe?
I do a variety of both.
Okay.
I'm very thorough with because if I don't have wipes or there's no bidet, there's nothing, I'm doing all these weird angles to get in there. And I'm squatting. I'm doing all types of squatting, sitting, and yeah. I
Nice.
need to be clean.
Have you had any requests on Scapbook or anything for a poo scene that you were like, I don't even know if I can do that?
Yeah, I've been asked to eat it a few times, or I've been asked, to like, I've been asked to eat it a few times, or been asked to like do dirty anal.
And that's
That's when you
Unclean.
don't clean out.
Yeah.
Basically, when you see this beautiful anal porn and you see how clean the girl is, she's not clean the whole time. They have film that they edit out of shit everywhere. That's basically what the anal the scat anal thing would be. Basically, just no prep. It's just there's poop everywhere in her butt.
It's like right out the box.
So I've been asked to do a lot of that. That's basically it. Everyone's pretty mellow. Now I don't get too many requests because my custom order price is really high.
That's good. You should.
Yeah, so like I'm here, like I'm not doing anything, like you gotta give me like that much,
Right.
And you know they get upset, and I'm like, okay, well I'm not doing it.
Wait, speaking of custom, what's the craziest custom request you've had?
To eat.
Oh, to eat, yeah. I mean, that's pretty extreme.
They didn't want to give me enough money. I was like, I want this much, and then my first time.
Yeah.
It's my first time, like, and it'll be like, and I said, it'll be like special, like I won't sell it for like a year or something. And I was like, it'll be just yours. Mm-mm.
Wow.
No, but that's also the thing. Like, when you make the video, somebody then owns it. They can share it with other people. Like, you should be getting paid top dollar.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you.
Yeah.
You are reasonable. Right.
Right. Well, I mean, like, if you could, like, show them the video and then erase it right afterwards, it'd be one thing. But they own it forever.
They have a whole
perpetuity.
file. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta create some kind of scapbook technology where it just like disintegrates, or like you can't share it like instantly, and
like
or
Snapchat.
Yeah.
But it'll be scat chat.
But the flip side,
You're onto something, Ellen.
the flip side would be like, could you imagine someone gives you that number, you eat the shit, you send the video, and that person's sharing it. They'll be like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, it could kind of backfire too. It's like, you paid for this. No, I get that. No, I'm saying the person that's like requesting this is going to send this to his friend. Like, check this out. And imagine the friend being like, "Dude, we can't be friends anymore. What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Oh gosh.
I
hope if people are spreading my content without my consent and without me getting paid for it, that they at least tell them who I am and link them to my page, please.
Yeah.
I think with something like this though, with something so niche and special, like a hot girl eating shit on camera for you, like I don't think he's gonna show anything.
Oh yeah, that's like personal vault stuff.
That's gonna be buried in. That's gonna be a buried file that is only accessible by a password.
But that's why you should be charging top dollar.
Absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
Ellen.
If he's going to
absolutely.
pay, I don't know what your price is, but let's just say the price is $50,000, then he shouldn't be sharing it with anybody.
Oh,
he
yeah.
just
Hello.
bought.
He just bought all that money and spent. This is my thing, my personal thing.
Yeah. He shouldn't be sharing that because he spent the money on it. He should be keeping it to himself.
Absolutely.
What he should do is
now you have me wondering how many people have shared my scat videos or like anything of mine now. I was wondering.
I mean, it's the internet. It's the wild, wild west, you know?
I mean,
But that's why you
what's
should be
out there.
charging top dollar.
get top dollar for sure. I imagine people that are spending that kind of money to see that stuff probably not sharing as much as you'd think, because obviously the backlash, the potential backlash from people, from friends, it could be potential coworkers finding that you're into this shit. Could you imagine for a lot of these people that I imagine want to keep this kind of part of their life very private?
Absolutely.
But I'm not getting into the psychology of it. That's a different kind of show. But I just find it fascinating. If like people are like, oh my God, they have this whole like what they should with the guy. I'll move off this in a second. But what the guy should do is whoever meets your number for this shit eating thing, I hope when they at their funeral or something, they must play this video. And at the very end, they're like, what the fuck? Everybody's all sad, and like all of a sudden at the very end, it's like, I've had a great life, and please enjoy the rest of this little video I put together for you guys. And it's just like you eating shit.
Oh my God.
That would be like the best thing ever.
Oh. I hope if anyone purchases that video, they put it in their will to have that video destroyed.
Oh no, I want to
Sheesh.
see it at the wedding. The wedding.
Right?
God, the wedding would be better. I meant I just imagine the shock value, like, oh my God.
I like how you want my videos to be leaked.
Well, no, I don't. Sorry,
Listening.
I don't want it to be. I want you to get paid. I'm just saying, like in my crazy fantasy funny world,
I'm just
like
saying.
people are at that funeral, like all somber and like and like all of a sudden this thing pops up, like what the fuck?
No, you know how I could see it popping up is the person who passed away has like a video of themselves saying goodbye to everybody, and they recorded it over.
It just cuts to it. All of a sudden it's like static.
Yeah. It cuts
Lucy's
to
just
something
munching
that they
away.
didn't want to see. Yeah.
Oh,
A last
God.
question, Lucy, for you.
Yes.
You have really bad sick poo, as you call it, diarrhea coming out of you, but there's absolutely no toilet in sight. Do you poo in your pants or somewhere on the floor? Pants versus floor.
Oh. Pants.
Pants?
Yep.
And has it happened to you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've shit myself before. Fuck. I'm not ashamed to say though.
Hey, Dave and I have both told our stories, multiple stories on this show.
Yeah, I've shat. I've also shat on the floor, but I found that just shitting in my pants was a better option.
Yeah.
There's less people involved.
Yeah.
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 Shit.
Yep. Shit happens literally.
Yeah, it does. Happens a lot
And
of
also,
people.
this also speaks to a crisis in our city. There's not enough accessible bathrooms.
And we
Yeah,
talk about that all the
Human
time.
right.
Yeah.
We have a human right to pee and poop and relieve ourselves. And there's not
It's
enough bathrooms.
one of the
in
most
city.
natural things us humans do. We eat food, drink water, breathe air, and poop. Like
Oh my God.
part
Yeah.
of life.
Yeah, it's
So
it's insane.
that should even so now I've like familiarized myself with where all the toilets are in the city.
Yep.
Like, where is the nearest bathroom?
And it's so frustrating when you go in some place that, especially when they serve food or something, and you're like, can I use the bathroom? And they're like, we don't have a public bathroom. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's bullshit. Complete
I'm
bullshit.
literally eating I don't get it.
It's like where do you shit at work? Because there's no way you're working an 8-hour shift and not going to the bathroom at least once.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
go wash your fucking hands. Like, where do you go?
Exactly.
Is there a bucket, a slop sink I can just take a shit in? Something. Oh. All right. Well, you've definitely, you've literally done it all.
Thank you.
I'm so glad we got somebody from Scapbook here.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
Before we let you go, and then obviously at the end, we'll let you plug whatever you want. We're going to play a little game we like to call
Shitty choices.
Shitty Choices. Today's pretty mild in comparison to what Lucy does, but This one's a simple one, but would you rather never be able to burp again or never fart again? For the rest of your life, no burps or no farts.
No burps. Yeah.
All right. Ellen?
Wait, so with this question, does that just mean you feel bloated?
No, just like you don't have the ability to burp or fart. It's either one of those. There's no physical sensations next to it. It's just, I mean, again, this isn't like, I'm not thinking that deep. It's just more like you don't burp, you don't fart.
Yeah.
The rest of your life.
mean, I went like pretty much a year and a half without farting after I was diagnosed with chronic Lyme. And I only weirdly missed my farts because it was like I was farting so much before that I was like, I didn't know that this could turn off. So I would say I would never fart again because I did it. I've been there. Burping though, like I drink a lot of seltzer. That would just be uncomfortable, I feel like.
So you're saying never fart again?
Yeah, I'll never
Okay.
fart again.
I'm gonna go with never fart again either. Because I feel like it just smells. It's just, I mean, it's funny, but the odor sometimes you're like, God damn it. Especially like,
I love the smell of my farts. I love it.
I do not.
Do you do scatbook videos of your farts?
Oh my God. Sometimes I can't get them in time. Like it's so like in the moment where I'm just
Yeah.
farting.
I knew
Or
a
I'm just-
porn star years ago. She was hired to do like, they would like turkey baste her butt and then she would fart on camera. So you can like try ways of getting
Oh, the
air up
air.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
air.
Just spread your cheeks out. Get a camera ready. Just have it recording.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, getting I just need air in there.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people who like that. There used to be that website, Cake Farts and Pudding Farts, where girls would fart on cake or fart on pudding. It was very funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's kind of hot. I would eat the food they fart on.
Oh,
There you go, Ben.
Sounds
If
like
I
you
could
have
find-
a new video.
If I could find cool bitches like this, it would be amazing. Like
Yeah.
I feel Avery would do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She would fart on a fucking on some bread pudding, and I would eat it on camera. She would do it.
Yeah.
She's a cool bitch.
You guys
I mean,
can make
you could
some
do
money.
it. Yeah, you can just do it yourself too.
No, I know, but it'd be cool. Like, it's always better to do it with someone else. Like, I feel like a lot of content, like solo, is really good. Oh, it got really dark in here. In my room, the sun went away. Yeah, I feel like a lot of content is just like I like working with others.
Right.
Like I work a lot with myself. I love working with
Gotcha.
collaborating with others. So and I feel like something like that, it would just be hotter. Like like anticipating her poop. I mean, not pooping, like farting on something, and then and then I'm just gonna eat it, and it's just like oh she's eating, and then like I'll do the same, and then she eats it. If I did it, like that's disturbing and funny and cute, but like two girls doing it, it's
All right.
so adorable. That's why two girls. That's why 2 Girls 1 Cup was sensational, because it wasn't just one girl doing it. That's not as disturbing as 2 girls doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
You got to have somebody in cahoots with
Yeah,
you.
2 girls, 1 fart.
Someone has to be involved.
Exactly.
All right, there it is. Okay, so we have 2 for no farting, 1 for no burping. We'll see what the audience says. So we have one little news story, and we'll get you out of here. So I'm gonna play a little news bumper, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah.
So this one was fairly recent. I'm sure a lot of people heard about this. They definitely sent it to us and to me. The video, it shows a Delta plane forced to land because of passenger's diarrhea trail. Did you hear about this, Lucy? By
I
any
heard,
chance?
I saw the headline, but I didn't read about it. I think I missed it.
There's an actual video of the shit in the aisle. They supposedly had to tear up the carpeting.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's disgusting.
They took off. They took off, and then they were like, "We got to turn this motherfucker around." From Atlanta to Barcelona, 2 hours into the 8-hour journey flight, the pilot informed air traffic control that they had suffered a "quote unquote" biohazard incident on board. Could you
I want to
imagine
know
though?
so many details.
Oh yeah, it's just like, oh my god.
Like, what did that human being eat? What did everybody else on the plane do when they're trapped?
Throw up
Poo.
for 2 hours too. You got to fly back 2 hours with that shit.
Ugh.
The
And
clip,
then, like,
so the clip here shows what looks like a trail of human feces from the center of the plane toward the front. Flight pillows were hastily on the seats of passengers who had, oh my God, this is so gross. Yeah, man. It says like the contaminated cabin was scrubbed by staff while the passengers on flight DL-194 were transferred and made it to Barcelona at 5:10 the next day. Delta would not confirm the passenger with the medical mishap also made it to the final destination. Now, they kicked that person off the plane.
yeah, they're on the no-fly list.
Yeah, they are like banned from, at the very least, banned from Delta. That is just like, could you imagine sitting on your plane? You're like, oh my God, I'm going to Barcelona. This is going to be so much fun. I'm looking for this trip. And all of a sudden you see a trail of feces, liquid shit up and down the aisle where I would be like, no. And like the smell must have been, oh my God.
Yeah.
And no one's wearing masks anymore. That's the one time the person's, you know what, I got my fucking mask on. It's not helping that much, but it's better than the raw dogging it to the face. Oh my God. Just trying not to step on it. It's awful. It is really, really one of the most disgusting stories I've ever heard. That's like my nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
God. It's a nightmare for every single human being involved.
Except
like,
Scrapbook fans.
Well, yeah, exactly.
They're like,
but
yes.
It ruins those people's trips.
Yeah.
That's why I'm dying to know, like, the person who made said biohazard, like, what? I'm just thinking that they got, like, shit hammered the night before, and it was just like, they just got the sick poo. And,
or they ate something really crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? But I mean, like, I feel like it's definitely, when they get the drug shits, who knows? But that's just like, I mean, I've never heard anything like that before.
Ugh.
Like, just stay in the bathroom. Why are you walking with shit? Like, were they wearing was it a person that wore a skirt? Or their shorts just leaking down there? I mean, whatever the case may be, that's just a mess that no one wants to deal with. And that poor team that had to scrub that shit up.
Ugh.
Like, no. I mean, they better not have made the flight attendants do it. I mean, there's no way. Like, that's a special team. That's a biohazard team.
No, there's like a cleaning team with like suits that come clean.
Oh my God. Just
that's like
I read one thing, they had to rip up the carpeting. So that plane is probably like can't fly for a while because they have to recarpet it on everything, you know?
Oh, and disinfect it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be like, oh my God, we got to fly back with this shit, get on another plane. And then now you're like, is someone else going to shit in this plane? It's like PTSD.
But like, what if they were flying to Barcelona and then had to get on like a cruise? Like they missed that, you know? Like people might have had a really fucked up trip just because one person got sick.
They completely. If they're doing a transfer or any kind of first leg of a journey, they definitely miss whatever connecting flight or whatever.
Completely.
They missed. But that trip, when you get that first couple days in Barcelona, you're just hanging out. You're just shell shocked. Yeah. Everything still smells like shit.
Yes.
You're just like, oh my God, everything like it's just permeated every fiber of your being. But yeah, so
but I'm dying to know more details. If anybody was on that flight or knows any details about the person who did this poo, please email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, I want to know. God damn it. But yeah, that's pretty wild. So, well, with that really gross story, Lucy Sunflower, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. It's a great seeing you again. Fun. Yes, great talking to you again. And please tell our audience where they can find you besides Scrapbook.
Right. You can find me on Scrapbook, Lucy Sunflower, OnlyFans, Lucy Sunflower, and you can check out allmylinks.com/sunflowerlucy for all of the links to all my press, other social media like Instagram and what was formerly known as Twitter.
Excellent. Well, thank you again. Thanks to you listening to all this, and thanks for laughing and learning everything but with us.
Thank you.
And happy pooping, everybody, and enjoy your butthole.
For more info, go to heypoopypodcast.com or email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com. You can send in show ideas, guest requests. Check us out on Twitter at heypoopy, Instagram at heypoopypodcast, TikTok, Hey Poopy Podcast, and our awesome new Facebook fan page. Go check it out at Hey Poopy Podcast. We're also on Discord at Hey Poopy Dumps, or you can contact us at our new awesome hotline, 203-998-5579.
Hey Poopy Podcast is brought to you by Perfect for Entertainment. Produced by Dave and Ellen. Edited by Dave. Executive producer Stormy Leather. Theme song by Jordan Perlson. Hey Poopy!